Good morning, guys. Just got over a little rainstorm. Got a little bit. Trying to, taking whatever we can. It's just they don't want to. The sun just doesn't. The rain just doesn't want to pour down on me. I get a little bit and then it stops. But a lot of people will be happy with that. But I mean, I'm really trying to collect that rainwater and let all these plants be watered and stuff. Because otherwise, I have to truck water in just to water the plants, which really sucks. Anyway. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this car today. So, for those of you who are very new here, we recently bought this car about, I don't know, I want to say like a month ago or so, give or take. This is a 2013 Chevy Spark LT. And it's a cool little car. Gets great gas mileage. The gas tank is very small. I think it's like 9 or 10 gallons. So if you do a lot of far distance driving, you're going to feel like you're filling it up a lot. But it does get good gas mileage. It doesn't have a ton of torque or horsepower. It only has 84 horsepower. And I think it's a 4-speed, I believe. I'll put it up above. But one thing I have definitely noticed, and this is obviously one of Chevy's cheaper cars. This isn't like a... they make some really nice high-end cars that are quite a bit more expensive than this, but this car is built quite cheap. It's basically your little around-town putter car, and we put it through its paces. Sorry, I was trying to open the hood. We don't just drive to the gas station and back. We load up tons of water in it, we put gas in it, we put, Sam's flea market stuff in it, so we put it to work, and that little engine and transmission. But just, I don't know, little things. One, it has that notorious Chevy paint fade. You can see it on the roof, it's faded. I've owned probably 3, I think this is like the 3rd or 4th Chevy I've owned. I swore I would never own another one, but here I am. And every Chevy I've ever had, the paint always fades. And you see the primer, and it's just, I don't know what it is, but I've had vans from like 1992 all the way up to now 2013, and the paint it just always fades. And it's a Chevy thing. It's a Chevy GM thing. I don't know why they haven't changed what they do with the paint, but they haven't. So if we do end up keeping this car long term, I'll probably bring it to like a Mako or something and just get like one of those $500 or $600 paint jobs and try to fix it up a little bit. Maybe, we'll see. After I get my well installed, of course. But there's just some other stuff that just, I don't know. It just seems very chintzy. This was a Georgia car originally, so it did bake in the sun in Georgia as well, but you could just see like trim is starting to peel, and I got some rim issues where the rims are starting to like, I don't know, like the paint, or I don't know what that is, but it's starting to chip off. The engine and transmission, knock on wood, drive beautifully. Engine starts right up, shifts, does everything it's supposed to do. Transmission is good, but just, I don't know, little trim issues and stuff like that. These cars, again, are really cheap. So one thing I did notice is my elbow for the air intake is cracked. And Sam was on she follows this like car camping page for women, I think, or something like that. And they were saying, and this one girl was on there, and she lives full-time in her Chevy Spark. And she was saying how she's had so many issues with this car, and now her her elbow is cracked. Now, mine's pretty minor. Honestly, I could probably, well, I don't know. Oh, well, actually, it's starting to go down there a little bit more. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but it goes down in there a bit. But I found the part online. Supposedly, they only have one left, but you know how those websites love to tell you that. But you can get this whole piece right here for $31. She's saying she lost acceleration and this and that. I mean, if you lose acceleration with these cars, you got nothing, because these cars already off the factory line, do not have acceleration. They are not fast by any means. So I can only imagine what she's going through, but I'm probably going to go ahead and order that since it's the last one, and replace that. It'll be super easy. Just going to pull the mass airflow sensor off and whatever this one is, and then just this hose pops off, this pops off, and it looks like everything just gets replaced right back. So it should be a pretty easy install. I'm not sure what this is, throttle body sensor or something like that, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I mean, I could do certain things, oil changes, transmission flushes, but I don't know everything, guys. But I do check my oil a lot. I can't check the transmission on this. That's another thing I don't like about this car, is it has a sealed transmission. Some people say it's great because you just don't have to worry about it, but I'm one of those guys that likes to check the fluids on every component, you know, brake fluid, coolant, windshield washer fluid, oil, you know, and I would like to check transmission fluid. Apparently there's some hole somewhere. I think, see, this is my transmission down here, that silver block. And apparently you can get an aftermarket dipstick to do that. I'm not about that. I'm not going to start doing that and putzing around with it and breaking something, but it's just something, you know, it's just something else. I don't know. We bought it because it was in our price range. It had lower-ish miles, and the size of it is great. I mean, we don't feel it behind the RV at all. The only time I feel behind the RV is if we're going up a really steep hill. But other than that, like on flat roads, highways, I don't even know what's back there, guys. It's super light. Sometimes I look in the camera, the rear view camera, and I'm like, oh crap. It's a great tow car. It's just cheap, you know. I don't know. Everybody's always like, oh, buy American, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't think so, guys. Honestly, if I was to do this all over again, and don't get me wrong, I like supporting American workers, American businesses. I'm all for that. However, if I have to constantly keep putting money into an item made here in America, one, that sucks, and two, it's going to hurt me because now I'm putting more money out of my pocket. So I don't know what our next car is going to be. I know I'm already talking about it, even when we only got this one a month, but you know, we'll run this one till it's 200,000 miles or till the engine blows up, and then we'll buy another one. Not another one of these. I'll probably buy either a Toyota Camry or a Honda Civic, or probably a Toyota Camry. I think that's the best bet. They're a little bigger, a little heavier, but a lot more oh, that's another thing. Parts, guys. Try going on to AutoZone, type in 2013 Chevy Spark, and look for parts. Like look for an alternator or a water pump or something. Odds are it's not in stock at the nearest store to you, and you're gonna have to order that part. It might take a day or two, but if your car breaks down a day and you need it fixed that day, preferably, you're sitting there waiting, or you're gonna go all the way to another store an hour away and try to track that part down. Hopefully they have it. The other thing that stores like to do is oh yeah, we have one in stock. Guys, if you're gonna go get a part, you're gonna take that hour ride or 2-3 hour ride to get a part, ask the guy, hey, can you please put your hands on it and make sure it's there? Because these AutoZone and Advanced Auto Parts, their systems are notorious for saying they have one when they have none. So that was the other issue. When I was looking for control arms for this car, one store had the left and one store had the right. So I had to, you know, track both down and go pick up both. Same thing for the belts. This car has two belts. There's one right here, and I don't know if you guys can see it. So it's back there. So there's two belts, one for the alternator and one for the water pump and air conditioner. So two different stores. Again, I mean, it's just everything on this car is impossible to find. I don't know why. It's American made. Parts should be readily available. It's not that old of a car. It's a 2013, not a 1992. So I don't know if you guys remember during the pandemic. I don't know if you guys needed parts for your car during the pandemic. They were very hard to find. Very hard to find. Even some tires. Like if you have, like this car. Oh, that was another thing. This car has super small tires. A lot of places don't carry them in stock. I had a special order. These Sumitomo, whatever the hell they are, tires. It took a day to order them, but yeah, nobody had them in stock. I had to wait. And when I picked up this car, the tires were bald. Like, I don't know how this girl didn't fishtail and kill somebody or herself, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, just a whole bunch of things. I just, you know, like I said, on the highway, this thing is a joy to drive. It's small. We could park it anywhere. Like I said, it's great to tow. It's just the I don't know, driving it, finding parts for it is not fun. And As far as reliability goes, I mean, I replaced both belts. So like I said, both those belts are brand new. I do my own oil changes. Transmission fluid, I'm gonna guess is okay. The transmission shift's great. Knock on wood. I'm gonna replace this myself. The air filter I checked is in great shape, looks brand new. I don't have any issues with the battery. This car starts right up, so we're just gonna leave that, obviously. Oh, but getting back to the pandemic, I don't know if you guys remember, but when we wanted to find parts, you couldn't find parts. So when we had our shuttle bus, we were looking for parts for that because it broke down. I couldn't find alternators, I couldn't find belts, like there was a whole bunch of issues. So what I'm honestly thinking about doing, and you know, again, I don't really want to spend a lot of money because we have to put this well in soon. It costs $9,000, but I'm probably going to start making a standby, you know, in the shed or somewhere, full of parts. You know, I'm going to get a spare alternator, spare water pump, spare belts. Belts are super important. And you know, whatever else I need. I keep a quart of oil in the car. This car doesn't take too much oil. It takes 4 quarts. So far, I've put 4,000 miles on this car since I bought it. Hasn't burnt a bit of oil, not even a little bit. So that's great. And that means the, you know, all the piston rings and everything are in great shape. Nothing's burning oil. Also, when I looked on Toyota, when I put a Toyota Camry in from like 2005 or 2007, all the parts are readily available. And it doesn't make sense because they import them from China or Japan or wherever, you know, from overseas. So why can't parts that are built for an American car, why aren't they more available than European cars or Japanese cars? It just doesn't make sense to me. And it concerns me because, like I said, if we get another pandemic or something happens and I need parts, it's hard to find them now, never mind during a pandemic. It's going to be impossible. And these cars are popular. They are all over the road, guys. I've seen, I never really know, you know, it's one of those things where until you buy that car or that vehicle, whatever, you just don't notice them. But now that I have one, they're everywhere. They're all over the road. Different colors, different years. They even have a, I think, starting in 2015, I think it is, they started an EV model. Not that I would buy that, but yeah, they have an electric version if you guys are interested in that. But I just wanted to make you know, I apologize for the rant. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Ideally, on paper, they're a great tow car. They are super light, they're great on gas, they have a short wheelbase, so they're easy to tow. You don't have to worry about too much you know, swing or sway when you're turning, making tight turns. But the parts thing is definitely an issue. And like I said, as far as reliability, I've had this car about a month, maybe a little over a month, maybe 6 weeks. And I put 4,000 miles on it, and it drives great, but we'll see how it holds up in the long run. Anyway, that's my vlog for today, guys. We're just kind of hanging out here. Sam's going to go out for a little bit. Well, I'm going to go out with her, but she's selling some more of her candles. She started making these gun molded candles. They're really cool. And she's been putting them up for sale at different booths and stuff like that. And people have been spreading the word, and she's been selling a lot of them. And they smell so good. She has all these different scents, and she can do different colors. And it comes with a set of 2 bullets. So it's pretty cool. I'll pop a picture of both so you guys can see them. But yeah, that's what I got going on for today, guys. I'm going to put an ending on this video. I hope you guys are doing great. If you're looking for a tow car, I don't know. Maybe look at a newer Spark. Maybe they're better. I don't know. But all I know is if you buy a new car, check out the parts availability. That's what I gotta say. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next video.